All right. Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. You guys send us some really interesting stuff, and today's no different. We've got a script here from what looks like an English language learning podcast all about, get this, morning vocabulary.
Morning vocabulary, huh? Yeah, it sounds pretty basic at first glance, but...
There's always more to it, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, think about it. There are so many little actions and feelings that we just take for granted every morning, but each one has its own word or phrase attached to it.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to take this seemingly simple morning vocabulary and really dig into what makes it interesting.
Absolutely. We'll see what kind of deeper connections and insights we can pull out, give you a bit of a richer understanding.
So the script starts off, like a lot of mornings probably do, with that word drowsy. That feeling, right? That kind of heavy, sleepy feeling you get when you first wake up.
Yeah, that feeling when your brain's kind of still half in dreamland and your body just wants to stay put. I think they call that sleep inertia or something. It's that temporary dip in alertness as your brain's transitioning from sleep to wakefulness.
And it's funny because right after that, the script mentions stretching, like extending your arms and legs, getting the body moving after a whole night of being still.
Makes sense, right? I mean, you've got to kind of reset things after being in that sleep state for so long.
But then we come to a word that I think a lot of us have experienced, overslept. That dreaded moment when you wake up and realize, oh no, I missed my alarm.
And speaking of alarms, that's another key part of the morning vocabulary, right? You've got that external sound, that jarring noise that's supposed to prevent you from oversleeping in the first place.
It's such a funny relationship we have with alarms, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We rely on this external thing to jolt us out of sleep and into our day. And when it fails, panic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then, of course, there's the classic bedhead look. I mean, it's amazing that something so common, messy hair after sleeping actually has its own special word.
It's almost like language capturing the mundane, right?
Yeah.
Bedhead. Instantly, everyone knows what you mean.
It's like a visual shorthand for just woke up. And speaking of comfort, the script then brings up slippers, those soft, cozy things you put on your feet when you get out of bed. Especially welcome on a cold floor.
Oh, yeah. Slippers are definitely a lifesaver on those chilly mornings. Moving on, the script takes us to the bathroom. Freshening up and all that. The first word they highlight is splash, as in splashing water on your face.
It's so basic, right? It's almost like a reflex to just splash some cold water on your face to try and wake up a bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it works, too.
Yeah.
Then we've got the essentials. Toothpaste for brushing our teeth and rinse for washing out our mouths afterwards. These are actions that pretty much everyone does every morning.
Exactly. And it's interesting because having these specific words like toothpaste or rinse just makes it so much easier to talk about these everyday things, even if they seem really basic.
Absolutely. Then the script moves on to something a bit more orderly, making the bed, arranging the blankets and pillows. And they use the phrases, fix my bed or make my bed.
Making the bed is kind of interesting, I mean, it's such a small task, but there's this weird sense of accomplishment that comes with it, like you've already achieved something, and it's only, 8 a.m.?
Yeah, it's like a little victory to start your day off right. And then there's the mention of pajamas, putting those sleep clothes away in the laundry basket or whatever. It's another step in that transition from night to day.
It's almost symbolic, isn't it? Shedding that sleepwear and putting on your clothes for the day. It's like you're putting on a different persona. Ready to face the world.
Speaking of facing the world, that brings us to getting dressed, putting on the clothes you're going to wear for the day. And of course, who hasn't taken a quick glance in the mirror at this point?
Oh, yeah. The mirror moment. It's like a quick check-in with yourself, a bit of self-evaluation before you head out the door.
And finally, the script ends on a note that I think a lot of us can relate to. That feeling of being energetic and ready to take on the day, often with the help of a good cup of coffee, of course.
Absolutely. That feeling of being energized and motivated is kind of the ideal state to be in, especially in the morning.
It's like the culmination of all those little steps we've talked about. From that initial drowsy state to getting dressed and checking ourselves in the mirror, it all leads up to this feeling of being ready to go.
And it's interesting to think about how these seemingly universal morning routines and the vocabulary that goes with them might differ across cultures or even between individuals. Like, imagine someone who starts their day with meditation or yoga instead of checking their email. Would their core morning vocabulary be totally different?
That's something to ponder, isn't it? It just goes to show that even something as simple as morning vocabulary can open up a whole world of cultural and individual differences. So as you go about your day-to-day, Pay attention to the words you use to describe your own morning routine. You might be surprised by what you discover.
Yeah, give it a think. It's more interesting than you might expect.
And that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.